Hi, I'm Robert Guest, and I co-lead Foresight's natural capital team. I'm based in our Edinburgh office, and I'm really excited today to come down to Galloway to see our first peatland restoration project in action. Restoring the peatland at this site, which was previously in a degrading state because of the drainage, will stop it from giving off carbon. So at the moment, because of the degradation, there's carbon going into the atmosphere, and a shocking 15% of Scotland's carbon emission is coming currently from degraded peatland. So by restoring this peat and doing it in this way, it's a really cost-effective, nature-based solution to the carbon emissions problem. And if you restore the peat in the way that we're doing it here, and then have the right deer management regime and potentially a bit of light grazing, that can stop the carbon emission and really uplift the biodiversity on the site as well. We shouldn't blame our predecessors for draining bits of land to maximise the grazing potential. At the time, the focus was food production, but since then things have moved on. We've got a climate crisis, we've got a biodiversity crisis, and productivity from land isn't the only focus from a meat production perspective. So the way we look at this is bringing it on the next stage of the journey, which is what other services can this piece of land provide? How can we redesign it and reshape it so that it's maximising its full potential given our current needs for society? So the woodland creation scheme here will involve a combination of native broadleaf trees and commercial conifers. In total, from that tree planting, we're looking to sequester an additional 20,000 tonnes of carbon from the atmosphere, and also from the commercial parts of that afforestation scheme, we should be delivering around 10,000 tonnes of timber over the first rotation. The peatland restoration project will put the peatland back into a steady state. It's currently degrading, and so if this peatland wasn't restored, 23,000 tonnes of carbon would be going into the atmosphere. So by doing this project, we'll abate that carbon emission. Once the forestry plantation and the peatland restoration have been completed, we're looking to integrate some low density grazing with hardy local Galloway cattle, and that will provide benefits for biodiversity and also some specialist meat product and bloodstock for animal husbandry as well. The approach we're taking here aligns perfectly with our attitude towards natural capital investing, because the design carefully considers what the land can deliver in the context of the current rural and natural capital markets. Trying to apply a one-size-fits-all approach to land management isn't necessarily the best way. Applying a blended, more holistic approach can deliver environmental and societal positive outcomes whilst also delivering the best risk-adjusted return for our investors.